guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a quick clean and disinfect of my house. I know that with cold and flu season and even with the corona going on right now, we all need to do our part and try to stop spreading any germs around to ourselves or our families and friends. So I wanted to go ahead and make this video. Like I said, I know you guys probably know what to do already, but maybe some things that I have you haven't thought of or forgotten about. So I wanted to bring this to you guys today. Hopefully you enjoy it. But before we get started, I would love for you to go ahead and click that little red subscribe button in the corner if you are not subscribed already. I'd love for you to be a part of my YouTube family and to come along on this journey with me. So with that being said, let's get started. So I wanted to start by showing you just a few of the things that I'll be using today. And if you don't have any of these things, or if it's hard to get a hold of in your area, you can get online and make some cleaners of your own. Just make sure that you follow the directions properly. So one of the fastest and easiest ways to make sure that you're getting rid of some germs are to make sure that you wash your hands often. I think I heard the rule of thumb is wash your hands every 20 minutes for at least 20 seconds, especially if you're going out and coming back into the home. Make sure you are always washing your hands. So the first thing I wanted to do was go ahead and open up some windows. That way you're getting some air in and you're getting some old air out, especially if you're going to be cleaning some things. You don't want a lot of those fumes stuck inside the house. And if you're stirring anything up, they can just go ahead and find their way right out that window. Even if it's a little chilly out, cold air I think seems to be good for germs. It'll kind of kill anything. So what I'm going to do is actually start to clean before I disinfect. I'm going to use this Clorox cleaner with bleach. And in the kitchen, I'm going to go ahead and wipe everything down. And then you'll see that I will go ahead and get some sanitizer and go right over top of that. So another thing to remember, if you use sponges in the kitchen like this, they're really not that expensive right now. You can always put them in your dishwasher to sanitize them, or just go ahead and throw them away and get a new one. So since the kitchen is a very high traffic area, you want to make sure that you wipe down anything that your hands will touch. That includes all the handles on the refrigerator, oven, stove, microwave, all the little knobs on the cabinets, and anything else that you think that you might be touching. So I've actually already cleaned out my trash can. I filled it up with some hot water and just a teaspoon of bleach. But I'm going to go ahead and take some Lysol wipes and clean around the outside of it as well. So now that I've already taken the Clorox cleaner and wiped everything down, I'm going to take it just one step further, and I'm going to use the Clorox Anywhere Hard Surface Spray. Now, I want to remind you to always read the labels, because some of these things you have to let them sit for a certain amount of time to actually sanitize the surface. This one I think is just 2 minutes, so it's not that bad. So I'm going to go ahead and spray everything down, and then I'm going to move into the living room. So here in the living room, there's actually a lot of places that you might not think about that you need to clean and sanitize, but because it's the living room, everybody's in here all the time, everybody's touching everything. So I wanted to go over some things that I thought of that you might not remember to clean. There's also a lot of places in here that you can't use bleach on, or like some Lysol wipes and things like that, because of the material. So as far as like your wood furniture and your electronics and things, Pledge does have a few products out, but I was able to get my hands on the Pledge Clean It. It is actually an antibacterial multi-surface cleaner, so you can use that on electronics like your TVs, your wood furniture, and things like that. And it also smells really good, so that's what I'm going to use in here today. So while we're in here, I wanted to go ahead and quickly show you a couple of things that maybe you haven't thought of that you needed to sanitize, and that's going to be your lamps and your lamp knobs, or the little twisty things. And also, if you have ceiling fans, the pull switches on those, you might want to touch those up as well. Now, I know that most of you know there are some basic things that you need to hit with some sanitizer, and that's going to be all of your switches and doorknobs and anything that you touch throughout the day. A good rule of thumb is, if you can do it, grab like a napkin or a paper towel and just kind of carry it with you throughout the day, and anything that you go to touch, those things need to be sanitized too. So the next thing I wanted to move on to is electronics, which is going to include your remote controls, laptops, smartwatches, your cell phones, if your kids have iPads or the, other little electronic things. My kids are too old. They didn't have those when they were little, so I don't know what they're called. And also, don't forget that you have the ear pods or the earbuds, your headphones, anything like that. Those all need to be sanitized as well. So a couple of things that I forgot to mention is go ahead and grab your sunglasses, give those a good wipe down. Also, if you or anyone in your family plays video games, make sure that you give those devices a good wipe down too. So moving into the bathrooms, of course, I went ahead and cleaned everything off, the counter, the sink, everything like that. And then I went back and used some Lysol wipes just for good measure to make sure that I got as many germs off as I possibly could. I also used the Lysol wipes on the toilet, and then I used the Clorox cleaners, the what do you call it? The wand, the Clorox wand. That's what I use for my toilet. Also, if you didn't know, you shouldn't flush your toilet directly after you clean it. I never do. I kind of leave it in there because it smells really good. Also, the longer it sits in there, the longer it disinfects. Something else that I did that I don't generally do is wipe out my bathroom trash can. I always have a liner in there so it never really gets dirty, but you never know what kind of germs are down in there. Another thing you can do is, when all possible, just try to keep your hand towels clean and sanitized. I know that we can't go into a lot of paper towel usage, so this should help. Also, make sure that if you have children that all of their bedding is frequently washed, and if they have any stuffed animals, you can also throw those in the washer as well. I like to use the Lysol sanitizer. I'm actually out of it, but I'll put a little picture of it up here so you can see what it looks like. If you can get a hold of it, I would highly suggest to do it, but if you can use Clorox bleach, that will work as well too. Something else I like to do is to take the aerosol can of Lysol and go ahead and spray my furniture down. This is also after I go ahead and take my pillows and my blankets off the couch and throw those in the washer. Also, if you can get your bedding in the washer, use that sanitizing laundry detergent if possible. Anything that you sleep with, myself, you know, I have my blanket that I sleep with. Anything that's close to your face, anything that you touch on a regular basis, all of that stuff needs to be washed, as well as any banisters in your house. Go ahead and wipe those down and sanitize those as well. Another thing that you can do is make sure that you wipe down your purse, any of your keys or key fobs, any of your car remotes, garage remotes, anything like that. Also, I don't know if you've thought about it, but go ahead and take a look outside, things that you touch all the time that you might not think of. I actually went outside and took care of my mailbox, and then I went ahead and hopped inside my car and got the handles, the steering wheel, the driving shaft, your door controls, seat belts, all of that stuff. Go ahead and wipe those down too. Okay, so now that we have everything in our house clean and sanitized, we cannot forget about our fur babies. So we need to go ahead and get some of our pet stuff sanitized. And I know a lot of you guys probably haven't thought about it, but there are some things that we need to take care of. So let's get right on into Bodhi's stuff too. So for Bodhi's toys, just the hard ones, I went ahead and put in the sink with some really hot water and about a half cup full of bleach. And I let those soak for a little bit, and then I took them out and rinsed them off and let them air dry. If your pets have any soft toys, you can throw those in the washer. But he doesn't let anything soft survive very long in this house, so we didn't have any of those to do, but I did wash his blankets. Also, any of their food dishes, you can actually just wash those out with some hot soap and water, and that will work just as well. That is all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. That really helps me out and it shows me what you guys like to see. I hope you guys are all staying safe and well. If you don't have to go outside, please don't. Ruben and I actually both work for companies that are considered essential, so we do still have to go out and go to work every day. That's why I like to go ahead and come in and implement a lot of these things, because we are out there and we do come back home and we might be bringing germs back into the house. So we're trying to be safe. We're trying to stay positive. I hope you guys have everything that you need. Also, if you are not able to get your hands on some of these cleaners, there are a lot of things on the CDC website that you can go and check out. It can show you how to make your own cleaners, make sure that you have the right components and right elements and everything like that. But go ahead and check that out. I will leave that website in the description box as well below. If you like this video, like I said, please give it a thumbs up. As always, I love you and I appreciate you, and I will see you next time. Bye.